I'm sitting on the shore of the Bay of Fundy, shrouded in fog. Foghorns sound in every direction. The Bay of Fundy is a 180-mile-long, 700-foot-deep, ancient rift valley at the northern end of the Gulf of Maine. Over 100 billion tons of water flow in and out of the bay every 12 hours, making it an area of exceptionally high marine productivity and endlessly changing character. A large gray seal lives here, whom I've observed over several years. A length of orange nylon rope is wrapped around his neck that was once attached to a lobster pot, or a bit of fishing gear, or a buoy. He got entangled in it and couldn't get it off, and the rope has remained in place. Over the years, his skin has folded over the rope, embedding the rope in his neck. Filaments of nylon stick out like hair. The neck looks raw and infected. The seal can't do anything about it, and the presence of this rope will surely shorten his life. The bay remains abundant with seals, dolphins and porpoises, large whales, pelagic birds, and the herring and plankton on which they all feed. But for how long? Whales and seals get entangled in our gear. Seals are shot wholesale by fishermen who see them only as competitors for their livelihood. And the fisheries are becoming erratic. Here on the shores of the bay, it's all on display, nature's abundance and inherent balance, and the imbalance we have introduced. Our ways of living and working, of growing and catching food, of making things, of gathering the resources to make things, and our ways of disposing of those things are tightening like a rope around the neck of the world. How has such an intricately balanced system lost its equilibrium? For the first time in the history of the Earth, as far as we know, one species' activity is having an impact at a planetary level. Radical change is needed. But what is the root of the imbalance? Most of us derive our sense of who we are from the things that we accumulate. Not only money and possessions, but our accomplishments, our status in the community, our personal resume. We spend our lives trying to pin ourselves to these things, to locate ourselves in them, and it doesn't work. When we reach what we think is going to be the pinnacle of achievement, or possessions, or experiences, even spiritual experiences, very quickly the achievement loses its savor, and then we need the next thing. Another pinnacle appears, and we feel like we have to set out to achieve that new pinnacle. We're never satisfied with who and what and where we are right now. We're always seeking something else, something more, something better than this. And that constant pursuit of more is running full speed into the wall of the physical limits of the planet. Since the pursuit of more and better never brings true satisfaction, but actually is making most of us more miserable and making the planet less vibrant and healthy, it makes sense to step back and ask, what does satisfy? What makes for a rich and satisfying life? It may not seem like much, but it makes a real difference to take a look around at what is right here. It makes a difference to listen to the waves crashing on the rocks, or watch the gulls flying by, or the swirling of the fog, the grass bending in the wind. To watch the other animals going about their lives, looking for food, looking for each other, playing. It makes a difference to pay attention to our own thoughts and feelings and sensations in the same way, without blame and without self-justification, without an agenda. Paying attention freely opens up the possibility of clearly seeing the natural world, the impact we are having on it, and our place within it. Paying attention makes it possible to see the ways in which the mind tricks itself into thinking it is separate from everything else. And paying attention in this way allows a sense to emerge that is deeper than any words or ideas can convey. At its root, the ecological crisis is not about too much carbon and too many people and too much waste and too many toxic products. It is not about bad policy and inefficient technology. It's about us. We have forgotten who we are. In our scramble to accumulate and possess, to understand and control, we have lost touch with the living truth, which we cannot possess. Paying attention to the whole movement of life is one way of remembering what has been forgotten and restoring the balance. The fog is clearing a little, and the wind is picking up, creating ripples on the surface of the water. These ripples have their own distinct individual quality, yet they're in no way separate from the bay. In partnership with wind, the bay forms surface ripples that arise, intertwine, fade, and disappear. Nothing can be held. Everything slips away from us. Our most beloved friends and companions, our most cherished ideas of who we are and what the world is, our own lives. Everything is in motion, like ripples on the surface of the deep. Everything resides in stillness, like the depths underlying the activity at the surface. When I first came to the Bay of Fundy, I was captivated by its presence. 100 billion tons of water in motion. Yet the stillness of it enfolds everything in its embrace. Stillness in motion. The deep, rippling at the surface. The whale, rising to breathe. This stillness lives in us as well. And knowing it is a profound homecoming. Knowing this stillness at the heart of our own lives reunites us with everything. One moment in the embrace of the real strips away all our pretense and leaves us with nothing we can possess and nothing we need to possess, living in unfathomable abundance. Watch the grass blowing in the breeze. Watch the sun rising. Listen to the rain falling. Listen to thoughts arising in the mind and falling away, like waves crashing on the shore. This is life in this moment, the true miracle. This is deep stillness expressing itself in everything, in us, in the other animals, in the plants, the insects, the water, the soil, the air, the clouds, the fog, the mountains, the deep bedrock, the depths of the sea, all the sea creatures, the empty space within and between, all the life fueled by the sun's energy, all the phenomena in the universe. When we discover this stillness in our own being, then we have no need for more than this that is right here, right now, exactly as it is. Because this is everything. In this moment, in life being lived right here, right now, the whole universe is participating. It is all the movement of stillness, all the marvelous interplay of waves on the surface of the deep, and therefore the very deep itself.